Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a fun, relaxing, safe Labor Day weekend. And hopefully your portfolio didn't get hit too hard by today's drop. We're already off to a crazy start to September. Historically, it tends to be a rough month for markets, and we've got a really news-heavy week ahead of us. So you're watching the stock market summary series. We're going to get into the markets, what happened, some standout stock sectors. We'll touch on the economy. And yeah, we'll wrap up with crypto and metals. But just before we dive in, please remember, none of this is buying or selling advice. Okay, we're just here to provide some market commentary, maybe some trading education. So don't go betting the house based on anything you hear us say here. So let's get right into it. So today kicked off pretty bearishly, right? Big gap downs across the board. We saw SPY down about, 0.74%. DIA dropped 0.54%. QQQ slid, SITR 0.84%. Even the IWM dipped over 0.5%. Pretty rough start to the week. But that wasn't the whole picture, was it? We saw some impressive fight back later on.
Not at all. Actually, what was really interesting was that strong bullish comeback by the end of the day. Markets closed near the highs. And if you look at the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, it opened below its 50-day moving average. That's a key level. But it clawed its way back above it. That shows some real technical defense, hints at support there. Kind of like we talked about last week, right? Watching those crucial levels.
Yeah, defending that level is significant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look at the Dow, the DIA. The bulls really defended that $451.50 area. That was the prior all-time high. Now it looks like key support, right along an upward trend line. So yeah, turning that initial weakness into late-day strength. It definitely challenges the bears.
Serious resilience then. Makes you wonder if that late buying is a real shift or just, a bounce in a tough month. Okay, let's talk individual stocks. Tesla, TSLA, it closed right smack on a fresh support trend line today. And it formed what looks like a doji reversal candlestick, where the open and close are almost the same, signals indecision. So the question is, will bulls jump at this? What kind of confirmation would a trader really need here?
Yeah, that's the key thing with a doji. It shows indecision, absolutely, but it's not a buy signal on its own. You always need confirmation, like a strong green candle tomorrow, preferably on decent volume, showing buyers are stepping in, just jumping in on the doji itself. That's a classic trap. You got to wait for that follow through. And actually spotting these patterns, knowing how to confirm them, managing the risk, that's exactly the kind of practical technique we hammer home in the Grok Trade mentorship program.
Good point. Wait for the proof. Okay, meanwhile, we saw Alibaba and Baidu, BIDU, they kept pushing higher on their breakouts. DIDU especially looks interesting after that multi-week consolidation we've been watching. It looked like a lot of pent-up energy there.
Definitely. BIDU's been coiling for a while.
Right. And sector-wise, mostly red today.
Right.
Real estate, XLRE, got hit hardest, down 1.7%. Only energy, XLE, finished green, just barely up 0.14%. Maybe riding higher oil prices.
Yeah, probably linked to oil strength.
Okay, shifting gears to the economy. Today was packed with data, wasn't it?
It really was. And the signals were, kind of mixed. Creates a bit of a confusing picture. You had the LMI, the Logistics Managers Index for August, tick up slightly to 59.3. That's pretty solid activity, suggesting supply chains are okay. But then contrast that with the manufacturing side. The S&P Global Manufacturing PMI final came in at 49.8, and the ISM Manufacturing PMI landed at 48. Both missed consensus, and both are below 50.
And below 50 means contraction, right?
Exactly. Contraction in manufacturing. So it suggests this sort of two-speed economy. Logistics, maybe services are holding up, but manufacturing is definitely slowing down. Could ease inflation a bit, but points to some industrial weakness.
Okay, that makes sense. A two-speed economy. And the data dump isn't over. We've got job openings tomorrow, then ISM services on Thursday, and the big one, non-farm payrolls on Friday. So given all this, what's the takeaway for the week?
Well, it really just reinforces the idea that we're probably in for a choppy, tricky market this week. September's often rough anyway, historically speaking. And remember, Des warned us about those higher time frame bearish divergences in his weekend video, where price makes highs, but momentum doesn't follow, often a warning sign. So stay vigilant, especially with all this key data hitting the tape.
Good advice. As always, guys, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments below. We might just cover it in an upcoming episode. All right, let's quickly touch on crypto and metals. Bitcoin, BTC, had a nice bounce today, up about 1.8%. Still kind of drifting lower overall, but showing some life. Can it reclaim those moving averages we've been watching, the 20 and 50-day, or just a temporary pop?
Yeah, Bitcoin's showing a bit of fight. But where the real action was today, was in metals. Gold, GLD, surged. Up a solid 2.36%. That's clearly continuing its breakout from that weekly bull flag pattern we've been talking about.
Right, we've been watching that flag develop. And silver kept pace?
Yep, SLV jumped plus 2.65%. It's keeping pace with its own breakout from that daily symmetrical triangle.
Metals are looking strong.
Definitely. Now we need to watch momentum and, critically, volume to see if these moves can sustain. And that really emphasizes a key trading tip. Always confirm breakouts with strong volume. It helps you avoid those false moves, manage your risk better.
Essential stuff.
Absolutely. And, days like today really highlight what our Grok Trade mentorship is all about. Seeing TSLA's doji setup, BIDU continuing its rally, gold and silver playing out these patterns.
It's about spotting those opportunities.
Exactly. Our coaching sharpens your skills to spot these technical fed-ups, manage your risk with real precision. Things like using stop losses correctly, not letting emotions drive your exits, and ultimately trade with more confidence. It's a serious program, backed by support until you recoup your investment, focus on delivering real, practical trading results.
What a wild ride today, huh? Markets gapped down but rallied back strong. We saw BIDU's breakout potential, the surge in metals, all happening amid a data-packed day. So what's your play on TSLA's support test or this metal breakout? Lots to think about.
Definitely keeps things interesting.
We wish you a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's market summary.